Are you looking at buying your next car? Well, today, let's talk about what to look for when buying a used car. The first step is choosing what car you want to buy. What will you be using the car for? What size car do you need? Is how your car looks important to you? What's your price budget? How are you going to pay for it? You found a car that you think is perfect for you. But wait, check the car's details online. Search for MOT Check. Get onto the Gov.uk website. Start now. Enter the car's registration. This car has a valid MOT until June 2021. Next, you need to do a HPI check. Text 78777 with the car's reg. Within a couple of minutes, you will get a full HPI check. Another thing, photos. They're the only thing that you get to see before you see the car. People don't really notice the background. You're so focused on making sure the car is right. Look in the background. That's where things are hiding. You've done all your online checks. It's all come back clear and you're ready to go and see the car. Don't get your hopes up. You must go there with the preconception that you are not buying the car today. This will lead you to be more patient and not make rash decisions. A lot of people try and hide how much use and wear a car has had. Now, if you've got there and the car is dirty, walk away and tell them that you want to see the car cleaned. If a car is dirty, it can hide dents, scratches, bad paintwork, respraying. Make sure the car is clean. The next thing is respraying. To an untrained eye, this can be a little hard to spot. The first place that you need to check, if you can, is behind the door handles. And quite often this little section that's hidden away gets missed, where there's like a tiny little gap where the two parts of the car meet. If there's a slight difference in colour there, don't let them lie to you. That's a respray job. The last place to look is around the front and rear bumpers, particularly the rear. That's the place where most respraying gets done. There's a big metal bar underneath the back bumper. If you feel that, it should be smooth the whole way around. If there's any bumps or dents, that means it's been hit into. On the bonnet, there's all these tiny little white chips. That indicates motorway miles. You'll always get these tiny little stones fly up at your car and they make little chips in the paint. Everyone looks at the windscreen for chips and dents, but what about the rest of the glass? Does it look original? Does it have any chips or scratches? Make sure the car is parked on level ground, stand at the back, crouch low if you can, and see if the car looks level on both sides. If it's dipped one way or the other, there may be an issue with the suspension. Check this on the back and front of the car. Probably one of the most important things is the tyres. See how much wear is on the tyres? If one tyre looks a bit newer and is a different brand, you probably should ask them why. On your pedals, there'll be a slight pattern that's been indented when they were made. If a small section has started shining and the pattern is gone, that car may have had more wear than what they've said. Always check how the door closes. You literally open and close the door. Go round to the passenger side and do the same thing. They should both close fairly stiffly. All these things that indicate more wear, that can actually say that the car has been clocked. What I mean is that they've turned the mileage back. They may say it's only done 50,000 miles when it's actually done 80. If you're looking at a higher mileage car, it's been driven more. It's going to have more wear. At the end of the day, a car is a pretty big purchase and you need it to be reliable and safe. If you really like the car, the next step is to take it for a test drive. Start the car and make sure to do this with your door open so you can hear the engine start. Listen to all sorts of different noises, squeaking, banging, knocking. If there's any sound that you're not sure on, ask. Don't take any risks. On your test drive, get onto a main road where you can pick the speed up. Most cars, if they have issues, will still be okay at lower speed. It's when they get up to higher speeds, higher revs, that's when the issues start to become clearer and where you can pick them up. Does it feel solid? Does it feel safe? How does it sound? The last thing you need to look at when you're back from your test drive is the logbook. Has it been serviced? When was the last MOT? Does it match up to what you looked at online? So you like the car and it all checks out, but what about the price? The maximum that you can really knock off is around 10 to 15%. If the seller tries to counter offer you, that means that they're interested. They're willing to sell for less than the asking price. Lots of cars go for sale and they don't sell because the price is too high. If you're looking on a platform, for example, eBay, you can actually see what cars have sold for rather than what they're for sale for. Go onto eBay, search what car you're looking for, sold and completed listings. Now you can see all the cars on there recently that have sold and for what price. So we've just been talking about private sales. If you're having a look at a car in a dealership, remember that dealerships will cost more. So they offer extras, 12 months MOT, recent service, a valet, which is really good. But don't just assume that dealers are trustworthy. Always make sure to check, even if you think you're at a reputable dealers. Hopefully this has given you some insight on what to look for when buying a used car. The Girls Guide are posting a new video every week. Next week it will be how to stop garages from scamming you. We're gonna learn how to make sure that doesn't happen. If you like my content today, hit that subscribe button and I will see you for next week's video. Bye guys.